He was softening my heart, and he was taking my want to change, and he was turning it into this willingness to change. And that led to surrender to change. You know, as I sit here in this room and recording this message, I just have a flood of emotions that are just welling up inside right now of just how many years that I would come here and put on that game face and yet inside I was so broken, and I was just so miserable and just carrying a lot of hurt and carrying a lot of pain that I didn't realize I was at the time. You know, there was times that I have in memories and playing on the worship team where just even on this stage up here for years, and even during some of the Christmas Eve services where I would show up and I'd be just so broken. I'd just feel so alone. And I would look out at the congregation and all these families and just these smiles and just want so desperately to have what I was seeing. So I'd come here and I'd serve and I'd play and yet I was carrying so much brokenness on the inside. I was carrying a lot of weight from hurt and pain throughout my life. And you know, it was to the point where, you know, I was just going through the motions. For me, it was just, you know, you do everything you can each day to make everybody feel like you're okay, you know, and just kind of keep people off. And during that season, I always remember, you know, I started using this phrase a lot that was, "You matter." And I would say that to everybody. I would say, "You matter, you matter." But what they didn't know was that every time I said, "You matter," that was me just trying to cheerlead my own soul to a brighter day. I believed it for them. I just didn't believe it for myself. I found myself in the ER in August 19th, 2017. And, you know, I just got to a place where I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I started getting myself healthy. And, you know, I started trying to understand, you know, the hurts and pains that I was carrying, and went through complete health transformation and, you know, lost like about 100 pounds. And people always ask me, "How'd you lose all that weight and keep it off?" And I said, "What do you think?" You know, and they're like, "Determination." I'm like, "No, it was forgiveness." You know, I wanted to change. I just didn't know how to change. And when you want to change, I think we do everything we can to try to change in our own strength. Read this book, listen to this podcast, apply this, apply that. And what I learned is that when we try to apply things on faulty infrastructure, it's never going to be sustainable. What I found in time was that I needed a new heart. And ironically, there I was on August 19, 2017 with some heart issues. And God broke through. And over the next 2 months after that, he continued to break through. And he was taking my want to change. He was softening my heart, and he was turning it into this willingness to change. And that led to surrender to change. And so I walked through a season of forgiveness and letting go and letting God, and, you know, and all those, I'm seeing now on the other side of it now, 4 years removed, where my life has completely changed since really turning it over. I had a head knowledge of Jesus, but during that season, that head knowledge did the 18-inch journey to my heart. You know, I look at myself now and just where I'm at in life and how much God has done in my life. And he's drawn me nearer to him in this journey that I've been on. I come here even this Christmas and I just go, wow, praise the Lord. And just to be here with what he's done with my life and my family, and just how he's redeemed me. And just feeling at the same time that responsibility now of just giving back what he's done for me and the comfort that he brought me in those darkest of hours. 2 Corinthians chapter 1 talks about it. Just how many times do they say comfort? He's been comforted. Now I'm excited because I get to get up every single day. And who can I encourage today? Who can I put my arm around today? And Lord willing, be able to provide comfort for them as Christ gave comfort to me.